And so we've cultivated and or further ado, I ask that you silence your cell phones, and we're going to get started with this program. On drums, we have Hunter Miles Davis. On bass, Kerry Lewis Sr. And our very special guest, Mr. Carl LeBlanc. And we're going to go through a journey. Yes, come on. Gotta take my time. We're going to go through a journey of songs that I have been introduced. It's just growing up here in New Orleans. And we're going to take time to share our connections with this song. And what also makes our program so unique is that we're not just presenting to you, but you are welcome to ask questions and provide your connections and experiences. So there will be time for you to ask questions and participate in this program. So again, you're not here to observe, but to experience. So we're going to get started with a song titled Down by the Riverside. And yeah, before I forget, my name is Jade Purdue. In B flat.
B flat?
B flat, yeah. Let's just put it down the form. One, the two, one, the two, a three, and four. Down by the riverside, I'm gonna lay down my burdens. Down by the riverside, and study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. Study war no more. Study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. Study war no more. Study war no more. Well, I'm gonna put on my long white robe. Down by the riverside. Down by the riverside. Yeah. Down by the riverside. I'm gonna put on my long white robe. Down by the riverside. Study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. Study war no more. Study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. Now we've all taken our solos. Now it's time for you to join along. So how many of y'all know this song? Raise your hand if you do. All right, where's the easy part? It just, when I call, I want you to give me the response. And that's gonna be Down by the Riverside. Okay, you got that? All right, so we'll get back to the top, which is right about now. 1 or 2. Say I'm gonna lay down my burden. You say, down by the river, down by, way down by. Well, I'm gonna lay down my burdens down by and study war no more. Yeah, I'm gonna study war no more. Study war no more. Study war no more, no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. Study war no more. Study war no more. We're gonna do it one more time. Yes, I'm gonna put down my sword and shield. You say, well down by, well down by. I'm gonna put down my sword and shield down by and study war no more. Everybody sing along. I ain't gonna study war no more. Study war no more. Study war no more, no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. Study war no more. Study war no more. All right, welcome everybody. So as I was doing some research with some songs, hey there, I see you waving. When I was doing some research with these songs, I noticed that some of them have unknown authors. And Down by the Riverside, I know there is an author, but they remain to be unnamed. But this came around antebellum era, and that's the case for a lot of the songs and hymns. But it's somehow found its way in our traditions, found its way in New Orleans, and a part of the American song. So throughout this program, reflect on maybe how you got introduced to gospel songs. And if this is your first time hearing gospel, I hope that you recognize that it's something that you can connect with too. Okay? We're going to move right along to another song titled I'll Fly Away. And this song was written by Albert E. Brumley in 1929.
All of that, huh?
Yeah. What you say?
Key.
Oh, yeah. C. That's it. Woo, okay. All right, y'all. There's another song that you can also sing along with. All right. 2, 3. Some glad morning All right. Do I want to put a note right here? Okay. So, are there any questions at this moment? We have time for. So, I'll give a little bit background about these songs. Both Down by the Riverside and I'll Fly Away have deep connections to New Orleans. Oftentimes, you'll hear these songs in what you know to be jazz funerals, and you'll also hear them in the churches, sung by people of the African American culture. And you won't find these funerals no place else. But we know this to be true to New Orleans. So not only is it a part of just being church traditions, but again, it's also a part of the jazz funeral. So I want throwing in little tips and little nuggets for you throughout the program. All right, so I got more coming your way. What do I want to do next? Okay. This next song was written a little bit later. It's titled His Eyes on the Sparrow. And one thing I've also recognized is that not all of the hymns were written by African Americans, but the style itself definitely came from African American tradition. So this song was written by a Canadian writer and poet, and it was written in 1905, but I got introduced to this song by Whitney Houston, Lauryn Hill, and Ethel Waters. So this song has been a part of my childhood. Does anyone else want to speak to this song before we get into it? His Eyes on the Sparrow. How did you get introduced to this song? Or can you recall a first time hearing His Eye was on the Sparrow, or His Eye is on the Sparrow?
I didn't hear this song until I started performing with the Preservation Hall Jazz Band, and it's one of the standard repertoire music that New Orleans jazz funerals, like you said, there's no place else that this music is used for funeral processions, and that's because, well, first of all, New Orleans is the birthplace of jazz, and so everything we do, everything we cook has a little jazz in it. It's improvisation, and it's coming from the African tradition. But jazz wasn't created in Africa. Jazz wasn't created in Europe, although we used European instruments, and it was a lot of the marches and operatic classical music that we heard, because for a good while New Orleans was the capital of the United States, even though it was never named the capital. But before they dug the canal that allowed goods to be shipped from New York, the only way to get goods all over the country was to come up the Mississippi River. And so we had ships come here from all around the world. And in addition to the ships coming here from all around the world, Louisiana was owned by the French, by the Spanish, by the English, by Spanish again, and then finally by America. And so we had all of these cultures blending together here, and we got a chance to hear all of those different kinds of music. The first opera house in the United States was built in New Orleans.
Yes.
And so it's only right that this music that you're experiencing today, we can truthfully say that it is New Orleans' gift to the world.
Yeah.
Like that.
Okay. And we're going to, also for the individuals who may not know what Preservation or who Preservation Jazz Band, do you know who Preservation Jazz Band is, right? All right, good. I won't say no more then. We're going to welcome up another special guest who has so much knowledge on this city and has definitely changed and prolonged the music here. We have Mr. Greg Stafford coming to the stage. Yeah.
Apologize for this sort of sub-cameo appearance. The topic is on gospel music and how it's played a part in role in the development of God's grace, I was able to get from Algiers to my house in 15 minutes. If the security guard would allow me to park, I would have been up here 10 minutes ago. But I'm glad I was able to make it. Totally forgot about it. All right. So, whenever y'all done.
We've done a lot. Actually, we're about to get into His Eyes on the Sparrow, but I think it might be better for us to do just a closer walk to see. What you think?
That's fine.
Yeah, yeah. The crowd is like, yes, let's hear that. All right, we'll do that.
Can I get A? That's good enough.
What key we in? Mr. Greg Stafford, everyone. Yeah. All right. So, again, I know y'all having fun observing and listening to the music, but I really want you all to leave with, just a different experience than what you would get at a regular concert. So, I'll give you a few moments. I'm going to give you a little bit of information about Juneteenth. So, we know that slavery was abolished in January 1st, 1863, but that was only for the Confederacy or for Confederate territory. But New Orleans was under Union territory. So with Juneteenth, I think it was June 19th, 1865, in Galveston, Texas, if I'm correct, we designated as Freedom Day, and that's when Union territories thereby also abolished slavery or ended slavery. So in this, I think it ties into just the gospel traditions where you have a day where we celebrate freedom, but this music has been carrying us on just before, the Freedom Day, and it still has carried us on until today. So when we think about these historical events, we have songs that have showed us through time, pretty much. So I hope that you, again, reflect on our history in America, and it has not treated African Americans and enslaved Africans so well, but we keep on fighting, we keep on showing up, and we keep on making movements for future generations. So hopefully, I hope that in future generations that even in this room it looks more diverse, So we're going to continue with, go ahead, please say something.
I don't want to start, because if you start me talking, I tell you all I know. I don't want to take too much time,
No, please
but,
stop.
You were saying how important the gospel music is, the spiritual music, and that needs a little bit more definition, I think. See, the
Yes.
African language is what they call a tonal language, and since they took slaves from different parts of Africa and brought them here, they would take a slave from Ghana and put him together with a slave from Senegal, another slave from Yoruba tribe, and they spoke different languages. And so in order for them to communicate, they used the tonal part of the African languages. You see, in Kerry is his name, our bass player, Kerry. But depending on where you put the emphasis on the word, if you say Kerry, it would have a different, he wouldn't answer to that, right? Because it has a different meaning, like the word encyclopedia, encyclopedia. Each one of those would have a different meaning in the African language. And so the Africans learned how to do those different tones by playing drums, and they could communicate with each other with percussion instruments. And as soon as the slave owners found out that the Africans could communicate with drums, was the first thing he forbade and took away from them, of course, the drums, right?
Yeah.
And that's where the gospel music became so important, because the slave masters really wanted the slaves to become Christians and to go to church, because he would teach them to turn the other cheek and you'll be rewarded in heaven, and all these different, don't worry about how many times I beat you, you'll be rewarded in the afterlife. And so the slaves had to go to church and learn these songs, but they took these songs and passed on secret messages to each other. Whenever they sang about Moses, they were singing about Harriet Tubman coming to bring them to freedom.
Right.
When they sang about crossing over the river and going to the land of Jordan, they were talking about escaping. And so they were able to organize and communicate with each other, even though all these obstacles, their language had been taken away, they're here under all these harsh conditions. But the gospel music not only served to strengthen their spirit, but it also gave them a a practical way to communicate with each other right under the slave owner's nose.
Yeah. Thank you. Oh, give it up for Mr. Yeah. It's not often that we get to talk about these heavy topics, right, in such a public space. So thank you, Mr. LeBlanc, for even going deeper into the meaning of this historical day. So I've opened up the floor. Do you have any questions for the music that we've just covered, or just anything? Yes, sir.
When did the Arrowhead Band originate, start doing these programs?
So the New Orleans Jazz National Historical Park got established in 1994, and with that came the Down on Their Luck Orchestra, which also comprised of National Park Service rangers and guest musicians. But just until, I would say about, I don't know, when was the first, I can't remember when the first record of Arrowhead Jazz Band came out, but that was long before I was a ranger. So the name had been circulating, let's just say 10 years, and then we formally named this band Arrowhead Jazz Band in 2022. So yeah.
And it stands for your patch, or do you wear Arrowhead, or what?
I'm sorry, do you mind repeating that statement?
Does it stand for a patch that you wear, or?
Oh, yes. So this is our symbol. Yep, Arrowhead. Yes. We tried. Down on the Luck Orchestra was a cool name, I think. There's a story behind that. But it's an inside joke. Got to become a ranger to know. I'm kidding. But great question. Any more questions? All right. Oh, yes.
It's not really a question, but I studied in college African American studies and learned some of the things that you all, discussing. I've heard, read, but it's just amazing to be able to hear the music alongside the information. It's a completely different experience. So I really appreciate that.
Just to make sure, you said that you enjoy hearing the music along with presentation?
Along with the information.
Oh, good. All right. Sometimes I have a hard time hearing you, so that I just want to get a clarifying question. Go ahead.
Not taking into consideration that this program is about the importance of gospel music, so don't negate all the other kinds of music that came. They had the work songs and they had, of course, if the slaves were singing about things that happened to them in their lives, it wasn't too many happy things to sing about. So as I saw how the blues and the lamentations, about all your troubles, all that came about. And they had just celebration and party songs for, weddings and parades. And so this is a small slice of the pie, but it's, as somebody asked last week, they asked about, well, there's a museum for jazz, and we just got back from the Blues Museum, and what's the difference between all of them? And my answer to her was, it's really not a difference other than the name, because you can find elements throughout, the same kind of notes, the phrases, and rhythms are played in all of these different kinds of music. So that's the part that I wanted to add. Thank you, though.
So, since you don't have any questions, we'll continue with the music. I figured it would be right to sing Lift Every Voice and Sing, written by James Bolden Johnson. At the beginning, written in 1900. It was a poem. And then his brother set music to this poem. So you'll also find that a lot of poems get set to music. And this is the Black National Anthem. And we sing this song for freedom.
Didn't they sing at the Super Bowl this year or something?
Yes, they did.
Imagine that.
That's the only time I watched the Super Bowl.
No, not me. They would have canceled the game.
All right. E.
3 E.
What's up, A and Fs?
Let all rejoice in rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. Thank you. All right. All right, so we got not one more, we got another song. We're going to do His Eyes on the Sparrow, and we hope that you sing along to it, okay? Sounds good? All right. Oh, I also wanted to mention, during the holiday tomorrow, there are so many spaces that you can visit and celebrate Juneteenth. There's Congo Square, where you can stand on the grounds where enslaved people used to congregate. You can go to the New Orleans African American Museum. There's festivals that also highlight and celebrate the holiday. So at the end, I'll also remind you of these events. But getting into His Eyes on the Sparrow. Oh, wait, you want the...
You know, I was going to change my name to Ego, because every time I grabbed the microphone, somebody in the band was like, there you go. But Congo Square. Congo Square is the only... New Orleans was the only place in the United States where slaves were allowed to keep their drums. Remember I told you the drums were taken away? Well, since New Orleans is, as you found out during Katrina, the whole city is at least 8 feet below sea level, right? So in order to cut down on the cost of keeping slaves, the slave owners just gave them a piece of land to grow their own food. And so they would grow their food and make different trinkets. And on Sundays, they were allowed to go to this spot, Congo Square, and trade and sell what they had grown, what they had made. And it was here that they played their drums. So this was the only place in America that African rhythms were carried on, because the drums were taken away everywhere else. So Congo Square is very important to all black music, rhythm and blues, hip hop, all of it is from those rhythms that were kept alive at Congo Square.
Mm-hmm. And I also want to add that even today, every Sunday, there's a drum circle that takes place led by the Bambula 3000 and the Congo Square Preservation Society. So if you're here on Sunday, I encourage you to go and experience this and really be a part of, some of New Orleans outside of the French Quarter. If you only stay in the French Quarter, did you really visit New Orleans? I can't say that you have. All right. Okay. Sorry, y'all.
What you say, it's Arrow?
Yeah. Okay. Why should I feel discouraged? And why should the shadows else come? Why should my heart feel lonely and long for heaven and home when Jesus is my portion? A constant friend is he, well his eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches. I know he watches. I know he watches over me. Don't you know that I sing, sing, sing because I'm happy? I sing, sing, sing because I'm free. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches over me. Yes, I sing, sing, sing because I'm happy. Well, I sing, sing, sing because I'm free. Come on, clap those hands. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches over me. Normally in the church that I grew up, it wasn't just one person singing, and we had the whole congregation rocking. So we would do this band, and it goes a little bit something like this, and it goes like this. Say, I know that he watches. I know that he watches. Y'all sing along. I know that he watches. Come on, say. Nah, okay. That's good. That's great. That's good. That's good. We also had a choir in church, all right? So we would get a little harmony. So can we get watches. Can we get somebody to say that? I know that he watches. Yeah. I know that he watches. Music cut out. Let me hear the voices. I know that he watches. Right there. I know that he watches. Somebody say, I know that he watches. I know that he watches. Yeah. I know that he watches. Y'all sound good. I know that he does. You over me. Me and my family. Over my brother. Said over my sister. And my cousin. And my friends too. Don't you know that he watches over you? Come on, everybody. Come on and say, I know that he watches. I know that he watches you. I said, I know. I know that he watches. 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 Man, they gotta actually go to church to get that. Oh man, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Man, all right. Thank y'all so much for joining along with that. So, in these songs, we talk about freedom, but there are so many other universals that are a part of these songs. There's hope, there's grief, there is enjoyment, pride, joy, all of that we can move through life, whether we're fighting wars within ourselves, fighting wars externally against different groups. But these songs carry us through life. So we hope that you were able to just reflect and think about how you connect with gospel music. And if it's, again, new to you, we hope that you find a new genre, not just a genre, but a practice to listen to. We've come down to our last couple of minutes, so I want to shout out the band, this amazing band. This program would not have been the same, would not be the same without them. So we thank Hunter Miles Davis for playing drum. Mr. Kerry Lewis Sr. on bass. Mr. Greg Stafford on trumpet and vocals. Whew. Wonderful thanks to Mr. Carl LeBlanc on guitar. Banjo, yeah, sorry, banjo. I automatically want to thank guitar. Excuse me for that. He's a wonderful guitarist. And my name is Jay Perdue. Thank you for coming through. Yeah. I'm thankful I showed up today. Shoot, that rain was calling me to my bed. But and thank you for also participating. Give it up for yourselves. We will not be open tomorrow. We will be closed celebrating the holiday. I hope you go out and enjoy Juneteenth as well. But we will resume our programming on Thursday here at the Jazz Museum with the piano hour. On Friday and Saturday, our programs will be at our visitor center at 419 Decatur. If you forget any of that information, you can check us out on nps.gov/jazz. And also, if you want to shout us out on social media, you can find us on Facebook and Instagram at NOLA Jazz NHP. That's NOLA Jazz NHP. And we're going to send you off with a well-recognized song recorded by Louis Armstrong. And this is another song where the author is a bit mysterious, but it's been a part of our tradition for such a long time. We're just going to play it for you. You're just going to join along. All right, you ready? Yeah.
The most requested song. We got 2, 1, where you at?
F is easy. We sing.
2. When the saints, y'all say, go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, how I want to be in that number. When the saints go marching in. And when the sun refused to shine. When the sun refused to shine. How I want to be in that number. LeBlanc, Hunter Miles Davis, Kerry Lewis Sr., Jay Purdue. Thank you for coming through. See you next time.